Hi, guys. Today we're going to read Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. This is a realistic fiction story, which means it has make-believe characters who act like real people. We're going to be reading about a boy who has a new baby sister. And our question this week and for this story is, what treasures can we share at home? So before we turn the page and look at the first page of the book, I want you to look at the pictures on these two pages and think about, why might Peter's chair be a treasure? See his little blue chair down here in the corner? Why do you think that might be a treasure to him? Maybe he's had it for a long time. It looks like it's kind of little. I also see in this picture that Peter's looking at several items outside his house. What do you think the dog and the bag and the baby picture, the crocodile, that little chair, what do you think all those things have in common? Maybe they're all treasures to Peter? I don't know. So let's read and find out what we can find out. Peter stretched as high as he could. There, his tall building was finished. Crash. Down it came. Shh, called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought, and they painted it pink. Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. How do you think Peter's feeling about his new baby sister? I think because of his comments about that's my cradle and it's my high chair, that maybe he isn't very happy about it because he has to be quiet and he has to share his things. Peter does not want to help paint the high chair. Why not? Would you want to help paint the high chair? I think that maybe he doesn't want to help because he doesn't want it to change. I don't know that I'd want to help paint it either. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib, it's painted pink too. Not too far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. He picked it up and ran to his room. Why does Peter run away with the chair? What is he going to do with it? I think that maybe he wants to hide his chair so that his parents don't paint that pink too. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair and my toy crocodile and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. Why does Peter fill a bag with cookies and dog biscuits? Maybe he's taking the cookies for him and the biscuits for his dog Willie when they run away. What could Peter do instead of running away? Maybe he could tell his parents how he's feeling? They went outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. What do you think the author wants us to understand when he tells us that Peter's too big for the chair? Maybe he's telling us that Peter's growing up and is too big for the things he used when he was a baby. Why do you think Peter only goes as far as the front of his house when he runs away? Maybe he really doesn't want to run away, so he doesn't go far. His mother came to the window and called, Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch. Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear, but Peter got an idea. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. "That rascal's hiding behind the curtain," she said happily. Why do you think that Peter makes believe that he can't hear his mother? Sometimes kids pretend they can't hear their parents because their feelings are hurt. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. "Here I am," shouted Peter. What do you think the author wants us to understand about Peter when he shows us that Peter plays a trick on his mother? Maybe that shows us that Peter isn't angry anymore. And how did Peter trick his mother? Why did she think that he was behind the curtain? Did you see in this page back here? In the picture, do you see under the curtain it shows there's his shoes peeking out of the bottom? He put his shoes behind the curtain, and his mother thought she saw his feet peeking out, but he wasn't wearing his shoes. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. "Daddy," said Peter, "let's paint the little chair pink for Susie." I see in the picture that Peter is sitting in a chair the same size as his father's chair. Why do you think this is important to Peter? Do you think it shows Peter that he's more grown up now, kind of like his father? And they did. How do you know that Peter's painting the chair for Susie? It seems like every time his parents paint something for Susie, it's pink in this story. And they're painting this chair pink. All right, guys, that's the end of this story. Please X out and go back to Seesaw so you can answer some questions about Peter and his chair.